Gareth Southgate was here again tonight, Brendan. There was a story before Christmas saying he was running the rule over Luke Thomas. Obviously, Ben Chilwell's injured. I'm just wondering, would he benefit from a little taster with with the England squad, or is it a bit too soon for him?
Yeah, no, listen, I think that you have to earn that, right? But I think what Luke is doing is he's obviously in the mind of the guys involved in the selection of the England team, because he's playing with the 21s, so they get the chance to see him, to work with him. He's still only 20 years of age and he's getting some great experiences, so don't want to push him too fast. He's still developing his trade and his craft, and he's doing very, very well.
It's just a question of feet on the ground, taking it steady with him and seeing where it goes, and just maintaining the level of performance that he showed tonight. Yeah,
I just think it's establishing yourself at club level, and then see where that can take you. So, but I've been absolutely delighted. He's got big personality, Luke, and he's only going to get better the more games he plays. And he's certainly been the reckoning, I'm sure. But it's just time and more experience.
I'm just moving the discussion along slightly. As just listening in the first half, I'm sure that's crossed your radar. Unfortunately, it's not giving you the chance to establish a foothold in the game. You'll be keen to build on tonight, obviously against West Ham. Would you just ask for a little bit of perhaps patience from the supporters on Sunday afternoon to, if you take that course of action to protect what you've got first and build your way into the game?
Listen, it's whether it's supporters. Listen, I would never tell supporters what to do. I think the Leicester support has been fantastic. In my time here, in the main, they've always backed the team. I think we have over-exceeded an expectation. So, of course, then that, that can then roll out into supporters and can make it difficult at times. But I think they see that, there's been big challenges for us this season. But the message always is you stay calm, whether it's on the pitch or off the pitch. You have to stay calm, and you're playing against a good team, so you're not going to have it your way for the whole 90 minutes. You have to respect that. But they'll see the team fighting and showing the same spirit as tonight, and we can do that. And like I said, I have to find that extra bit of quality. You've got to arrive into areas and just make those passes and have those moments that can get the goals. If they can do that, then they can have a good day.
All the best, Brendan.
Thanks, Neil. Thank you.
Okay, last couple then, guys. So we'll go James Sharp and Graham Bryce, please.
Hi, Brendan.
Okay, James.
You mentioned it earlier, the set piece as being an Achilles heel again. I mean, earlier in the season you had zonal, now you've tried out man marking as well, and it's still an Achilles heel. What are the reasons for it, and also what else can you try, and how do you fix it?
I think we're missing key players. I think we're missing two actual centre halves, that allows you to go and attack the ball and defend crosses better in general. So but as you say, we've gone through zonal, we've gone through man to man, and I've said it's whenever we have the profile of players in the team, that it's just we defend it much better. Tonight it was disappointing because we got through that period of the game that you need to away here at Anfield with this. They can score so many goals early, so we had a real good foothold in the game. But then that's a key moment to concede, and it just continually making players aware what the opposition might do in terms of blocks. And Wilf's obviously got blocked off tonight. He was man to man on Virgil, and then of course once JJ sees he's lost his man, he then tries to go and attack the ball. And when Casper makes the save, it then falls to JJ's man. So these are just unfortunate little bits of luck that can go against you at times. But there's absolutely no doubt over the course of the season we haven't been good enough on them. Done lots of work, but you can't be on the pitch there, so we have to continually work on them.
And just lastly from me, I know you kind of touched on it earlier about being sometimes needing to be harsh with players. I know managers a lot of the time, and probably yourself a lot of the time, always say, I'm just going to defend the players in public and just keep it all behind closed doors. Obviously, you felt it had tipped so much that you had to come out and say something about lack of hunger and all that kind of stuff. Did you feel that there was a bit of a risk there on your part to take that, to come out so publicly and kind of call out the players in that respect, that it could kind of backfire? And have you seen the response that you wanted?
I think one is, I've seen the response. I've seen them for tonight. I think you see that. You see the spirit there. And two, no, I never had a fear of that, only because the players know that I give them everything. From the first day I walked in here, most of these players, a lot of them will have signed new contracts. And their games have improved. The conditions in their life have improved. And without being arrogant, we think we've developed the players to improve. But we have to keep wanting to climb the mountains. And that's the point I'm making. And to do that, you have to be hungry and you have to be willing to prove a point. And if that drops, then they know I will tell them. And so I didn't have a fear of it. I think in this modern game where people will feel the need to always protect, you're accountable as a player. The manager's overall accountability. He picks the team, he picks the tactics. So whatever the result, the responsibility falls with the manager. But I've got an honest group of players that I can tell, and they know that I'll always look out for them and try to develop them the best. But I think you have to be harsh to be clear sometimes. And tonight, I think we've seen a reaction.
Thank you, James. Last one's Graham Bryce then, please.
Hi, Brendan. Just a couple from me.
Okay, great.
When you spoke about tough love, it was pretty similar to the situation you had with James Maddison, who's come back from that and is playing it back to a level again that you would expect from him. Does that give you encouragement that you think that you can do the same again with other players, or is every player different? Is it a different message you need to give to each one?
Yeah, I think that that's the man management part of it. There's things that you'll say in the main, mostly in your office or to the individual player. There's things that you'll say to the group. And then there's very, very odd occasion where you might need to be even harsher than that. But like I said, I go back, James and James's situation, he was someone that you have an honest and open conversation with. And I don't think he's come out and said himself, that's what we've had, And I do that with most of the players. As I said, I don't want to waste their time. I don't want to waste my own time. I won't tell a player something in 6 months' time that I can tell them now, because their careers are short, But they know deep down that since the first day I walked into the club, the time I've put into the club and into them, that I'm with them. And if I have to go to that measure, then hopefully that's a sign that we need to be better. And I think that the results will tell you that. Okay, despite players missing and all of that, still the inconsistency was there. But also I think you see the performance of Kieran Dewsbury-Hall. His performances over the last few months are from players that, as a player that has proven a point, is hungry to show that he's a player. This group of players, this is what I took over 3 odd years ago. And we have to ensure that is there within our squad. Because we don't have the budgets of these top teams where they can bring in these top players. We have to be fighting and running and working and then have that quality. And that's allowed us to succeed to a certain level.
On the topic of bringing in players, it must have been very difficult for a defender like Yannick to see the problems that you've had defending corners and things, and then you having to tell him that he wasn't starting today and you played a couple of guys out of position there. What's his situation just now, and how did he take that, and what do you expect of him from now? What's his kind of position at this moment?
Yeah, listen, I think it was really been unfortunate for Yannick. He was on the understanding of what his role was coming in. where we had Johnny and Wesley and Cags as the three. We had Daniel there as support, and him coming in as a cover centre half. So he was aware of the role. And of course, then for large parts of the season, we've actually had Wesley out and Johnny out, and for Cags for a long period as well. So he's been able to come in and play that. I think that in certain games, Yannick probably will be able to play, but there's also games where, my methods are for a back line to be high, to have speed in the line. And obviously that was our idea for tonight. The two centre halves kept a clean sheet, helped keep a clean sheet before against Liverpool. So go with them two tonight. I thought Daniel and Wilf played that position before as well. But I thought both of those did very well. But Yannick's he's a top professional. He knows the role coming in. He will be like most players. They all want to play. They want to play. But he's a first class professional.
It must be very hard for him though when he's looking as a specialist centre half and he's on the bench.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks
Cheers,
for your
guys.
time, Brendan.
Well
Thanks.
done.
Cheers, Brendan.